guys a viewer discretion advised, because the audio clips, the visual footage, the emotional turmoil you're about to see is absolutely sickening. Larry, if you are watching this, know you have lost all of my respect. You will never gain my respect back. I will never talk highly of you in the fitness industry ever again. And I hope this video goes so viral that it actually ends your career.
Up in the studio getting blow to the truest shit I ever spoke. 21 gun salute.
What's up, people? It's 50BM Devil's Advocate. I'm back with another video. Before we go any further, make sure you hit that like and sub button, and at the end, if you found that the video was informative or true, make sure you share it. Let's talk about it. First, it was the 2018 Mr. Olympia, Shawn Rhoden, being accused of rape. And then it came out that he took 2 lie detector tests and passed both of them with flying colors. But for some odd reason, we don't want to give him the benefit of the doubt. Now we have Larry Wheels, which is arguably one of the strongest men on this planet. But this story is just a little different. Instead of rape, it's domestic violence. Now again, just like the rape accusation with Shawn Rhoden, there was no legitimate proof besides spit on a tit. There's no legitimate proof about the accusations of domestic violence in Larry Wheels, except audio. And see, with audio, since we don't have the visual to give us the true story, we have to go by what we hear. And a lot of times what we hear doesn't paint the true picture of the situation. See, as men, a lot of times, when we get in arguments with our significant other, we can sound like the monster, the aggressor. Our voices are more powerful than women. And as men, for the most part, we're more aggressive than women. Even though nowadays it seems like we're slowly starting to switch places. But that's a story for another day. So what I'm basically trying to say is, just because we hear something, that doesn't necessarily mean that it actually happened the way that we heard it. We have to actually see things. We actually have to have tangible evidence to be able to crucify a man for being involved in domestic violence or rape. And see, it's irresponsible for people that have a huge following to automatically crucify a man without him truly being found guilty of the crime. And see, the weird thing is the simple fact that it's not women that's crucifying these men. Well, outside the women that are accusing these men of these crimes, it's men crucifying other men, knowing that it's not far-fetched that a woman may lie on you for whatever reason. And see, this is why I want to speak on Kenny KO. See, Kenny KO recently had a video basically where he's just explaining his disdain that he has for Larry Wheels as a man, and how Larry Wheels' career should be ended because of an accusation. God forbid you look at you listen to the audio that was given. There's nothing visual. You can't see him abusing his significant other. You can hear how aggressive Larry Wheels sounds on the other end. You can hear aggression from both sides. You even have the audio where Larry Wheels is threatening to call the police, and Kenny O says that Larry Wheels is basically trying to flip it back on his girlfriend so he can look like the victim, even though she has the knife. And see, as men, we have to understand, whenever we argue with our girlfriends or our wife, we're going to sound like the monster because we're the more aggressive one. We have testosterone in our body. Even though nowadays it seems like we're gradually switching places, and for the most part, women are more of the aggressors now than men. But that's a story for another day. And it's not far-fetched that a woman may lie to get whatever it is that she wants, because there's something that she wants out of this. Because we have to think about it. 5 years in this relationship, and from day one you said that he's been abusive. Now, after a while, when certain things happen from day one, and you stick with it for 5 years, It sounds bad, but you probably would have to call the woman stupid. If the verbal and physical abuse happened from day one, why would you stay in this relationship? Why do you have the wherewithal to sit back and record? Now you're recording audio, whereas you could set up a camera and actually record the actual physical so we can see the abuse. But you chose to just record the audio. So now we have to go by your narrative, and when we hear the audio, we're going to automatically look for Larry Wills to be the one that's in the wrong, because she's saying that he's in the wrong. And in the audio, all you really hear is his voice, because his voice is the dominant one. But to sit here and say that just because one side says something happened, you believe that this man's career that he earned regardless of whether he actually committed that crime or not. Why is it that we feel that when men are involved in domestic violence disputes, that automatically they should lose their job? See, we don't hold the trash man to that same thing. We don't hold the doctor or the lawyer, to that same level. But whenever it's a professional athlete or somebody famous, period, they should lose what they earned. This woman didn't assist this man into building the brand of what Larry Wills is. She was just going along for the ride. Now, if you feel that a man committed a crime, yes, he should go to jail, because that's what people that commit crimes do. But to say that this man should lose his career because of an accusation is irresponsible, to say the least. Because as men, what we have to realize is, just like it happened to this famous person, what makes you think that you're off limits? And see, it's easy to point the finger at the man when we're sitting on the other side. But if we're caught up in that same situation and we know that the accusation isn't true, we would want sympathy. We want to be given the benefit of the doubt. We want to be given the opportunity to prove that we didn't do what the woman is accusing us of doing. And every person actually deserves that, whether they're a man or a woman. If you're being accused of something, that person should be able to prove from without a reasonable doubt that you actually committed this crime. And see, just like Sean Roden, off this woman's word, he's going to lose endorsements. He's going to lose fans. He's going to lose everything. And for somebody like Kenny K.O. to put this narrative out without going through the complete process, it's dangerous. It's dangerous. Because just because somebody says something, that should not cause us to lose everything that we work hard to build. Especially for some odd reason that person decided to stay for a full 5 years. Obviously, if the abuse was going on from day one like she claimed, she should have left a long time ago. And it shouldn't have been him calling the police. She should have called the police. But maybe I'm crazy. That just makes sense to me. Make sure you hit the like and sub button. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Do you agree or disagree with me? Should he lose his career just because of an accusation? 50BM, Devil's Advocate. Till next time, I'm out.
Up in the studio, getting blow to the truest shit I ever spoke. 21 gun salute.